Alright, this is driving out to the mailbox to get the undersun bands.
What are those?
Undersun bands are the rubber, well actually latex, resistance bands. We gotta get in four-wheel drive and climb our big hill and get on up here. Alright, got the undersun bands. Got the ultra light. We got the, not sure if it's written on it, but yeah, this is the light one. And then you have the medium. And then we got the heavy and the extra heavy. I think those are gonna definitely be a challenge. I have to use those on movements that mimic squats and deadlifts. Now, I'm going to just start with this little itsy bitsy one. You can see up here how itsy bitsy that is. That's pretty small. You get up to the medium, you can see the size there. So now, as I've said in my first video, I haven't done a lot of exercise lately. I've done some hiking, but actual muscle work, not a lot. The health just has not allowed it. So as you can see, I'm not in any good physical condition here. Muscles are underused, underutilized, and ready for some work. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be looking at, we're just going to try a few different things. I mean, this is the first time I've had these in my hands here. I'm going to just try a few different things. It's going to look sloppy, it's going to look awkward, because this is live, man. This is real. This is me just getting my hands on them. So we're going to try a couple different little moves, and the first few days of using these, I'm going to stick it really light. Just going to try some basic movements, and we'll play around with additional movements as the days go by. The idea is just kind of wake things up, get things going. I will probably be getting the build program that is part of the undersun training program that you can subscribe to, just to keep it simple and have a program to follow for the first 90 days. And after that, we'll see what we continue to do. I might just continue to do that, or maybe I'll want to get into something that's a little more cardio styled, do a little bit of HIIT, the high intensity training. We'll just see what my body can handle and how it's going. In the past, as I said before, when I was a kid, I was pretty athletic, played a lot of sports, did a little messing around with weights here and there, nothing serious. Always was interested in it, but never really knew how to do it in the best way. Never had a gym, never had a coach, just messing around with myself. Having a little bit of equipment at home. But again, it's something I've been interested in for a long time. And as I said in the first video, I found out how to get into powerlifting a number of years back, and I really enjoyed it. Made good progress for myself. Was able to get the deadlift up to 375 pounds for 5 reps, and was able to get a couple different times I worked it back up on the squats up to 305 pounds for 5 reps. So it's not like I've never lifted weights. I played around with some bands probably, I don't know, 8 to 10 years ago. Didn't really like them, but they were the ones with the handles. And yeah, one of the things was when you start the exercise, it kind of floppy, doesn't give a lot of resistance right there, but I really liked how the demonstration showed that these bands give you that kind of tension wherever you want to start. You just make adjustments. Basically it's like choking up. If you want a little more resistance, pull from a different location. And if it gets a little hard, you let it out a little bit. So I really like the flexibility and how these things are, I don't know, they're less than 10 pounds, or 5 to 6 pounds, something. And you just pack it up and away you go. It's a nice handy little kit, and off you go. Take it wherever you need to go. No excuse to miss a workout. So let's just try. One of the workouts movements that I remember seeing was being able to, put the band under your feet and grab onto it and be able to kind of work the chest differently by being able to pull up and in, kind of like this. And yeah, there's a little tension down here, but as you get up to the top, it definitely gets stronger. And I can tell that even though this is very light, it is going to be sufficient for a lot of the exercises because I have not been able to condition my muscles for some time. So this is all just starting out. You know, there's things like the front, just doing front raises. It's been so long since I've done any serious weightlifting that half the moves, I don't even remember the names of them at this point. But we'll pick it back up. We'll learn this stuff again. So let's see, what else can we do off? Well, there's always curls. You know, you can't really see my feet, but the further apart you spread your feet, the more tension you add to the band. And everybody likes to do curls, right? But one of the keys is that you still have tension all the way through the movement. So far, just with some light bands, I'm really liking the way the tension and the resistance is feeling. I'm very comfortable with that. Let's try this other one that I saw them working with, where you're doing overhead presses. Kind of going off the sky. I believe that's all right. Get the idea. I'm going up. And you do the same with, you know, doing tricep presses. And I can see that, you know, there's going to be the opportunity to get a feel for, you know, exactly how to work and where to position the bands so that they get the right placement. One of the other cool features is the ability to work out almost anywhere. And they have the door stopper device, so you can go stick it in the door. Now, it's best if your door opens the other direction, but this is just what I got. I'm not going to put any great amount of stress on this because it's not going to work real good. Because this is a flimsy, just interior door. And we're doing some remodeling, so it's a little... Now make sure that door closes though. And if I can't get it to close, there we go. So now, this strap here is pretty handy because this, with some D-rings up here, it's going to let you wrap this around a post or a pole outside so that you don't damage the bands by wrapping them around something that's got a little extra friction, like a tree. You can wrap this band around there, this black one, and then there's a nice little plastic coated handle here that'll let you wrap the band in here for certain workouts. And so depending on how you want to do your workout, you can loop it if you want to be doing a two-handed thing. So if you want to try something like rows, you can do that. And again, while these are very light, it's not doing a whole lot, but the bands cause you to resist that tension. It's going to work your whole core. So you're having to actually engage some of that core to stay strong and not bend or cave in while you're pulling. So we're not, oh yeah, you know, bending forward and losing our form. We're staying here, pulling the shoulder blades back. Yeah, I really like the feel, like the movement. That's great. And there's a number of other, you know, exercises that we can be doing. We can go ahead and loop these through. And again, the amount of tension that you start with is going to add to where you're ending. So if you're wanting to start here and do a fly, tell that I'm not going to do that 20, so you just step back a little bit. And if I was needing to, or wanting to work up to, the first set of 20 reps, then stepping into it like this is definitely going to help. So a lot of it is just adjusting for what you need. And in order to get the good tension here, it may be pretty soft right here, and that's okay. I'll get stronger. I'll be able to start with more tension at this point and still be able to bring it all the way around. So that's good. Now I'll do the other side, I gotta turn my back. But just do a couple here. Yeah, I really feel the muscle get tense, and you get that peak contraction right at the top. Ah, yeah. So far, I'm impressed. Really like how they feel. This is great. Let's see, what else can we attempt? Part of it's just me remembering what I saw. Let's see here. Let's drop this down lower. Okay, got the door shut. This just gives all kinds of other positions. If you're wanting to do, this with an overhand press, kind of up at an angle. And one of the other things you can do is by putting it down low and choke up a little bit on this to get the angle a little more. It can be more like you're on a preacher curl. You can adjust your angle however you want, because one of the cool things is we're not tied into a specific plane of motion with the bands. And I can see that it's sliding up a little bit, so it's probably a little steep of an angle. I can go all the way under the door. Again, this door's opening inside, so I gotta keep this pretty light. Otherwise we could pull the door and damage something. Not what I'm looking to do, create myself more work. So with this though, we can set that back and grab what you need. In other words, grab a little more if you want more tension in that motion. And all through this, what I'm feeling is that I have to hold my shoulders tight. I can't just simply relax the shoulders and focus just on doing like a curl. I actually have to hold my shoulders in place so they don't just pull forward. So again, even though it's one exercise, the bands are engaging a lot more muscle in other positions. Yeah, that's interesting. It's good to know. Now, there's one exercise that I wanted to try. I can't remember exactly how we were doing that I saw. I think it was like this. But it lets you, yeah, something like that. I'll have to figure it out precisely here. But it'd probably be up higher. But it's the ability to work these shoulders, because when we sit at a desk, sit in a chair for a long time, I can tell that these muscles back here, they get loose and you get all rounded over and you don't get your shoulders back, standing more upright. So that's a cool thing that I was looking forward to, is put a little more strength in the upper back area there to help keep the shoulders back. So anyway, that's just like a real quick intro to working with these bands, and so far really impressed. I want to just do a quick other one that I had seen demonstrated. And that was this ability to do kind of a combo squat. Now I'm using the medium band, and I don't know how this will work, but it's like a squat deadlift built into one. Yeah, that's interesting. And of course, if I want, I can treat it more like a deadlift. And that's the beauty of it. You got all these options. That's definitely more tension. Again, that's the medium one. And if I was trying to do 20 of those, I don't know. I might have to go to the light one, not the extra light, but the light one, just to get going here. Yeah, I'm impressed. I like these. So this is what I'm going to be using to do workouts. I will make videos of some of the workouts, if not all of them. And just keep giving comments on how it's going, what's happening, how I'm feeling. But yeah, this is really cool. Looking forward to using them. And yeah, oh, that reminds me, I want to do one more. I don't know, we'll try this band. Might be a little much, but it was the idea of doing a squat. Yeah, back and forward. See, that's one of the things. You gotta use this thing to help keep you from bending forward. Yeah. Definitely feel that working the low back, helping stabilize that whole motion. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, first look at the bands. I'm impressed. I like them. Looking forward to using them more. All right. Catch you in the next one.